And good morning to you. Happy Monday, Memorial Day here in the United States of America as we think about the sacrifice that has occurred for many, many families over the decades, the history of our country. We think of them today. Visit a cemetery today if you can and thank an old soldier at their grave for having the freedoms that you have. Yes, we still have freedoms. They're under attack, but we have freedoms. I'm Dave the AM, your host for the SFP morning show. Rob, my co-host, is in Florida. Told me he might not make it. He really overdid it, as he said, in the jetties. So he's probably wore out. So should be coming back sometime today. Happy birthday today. We're going to do birthdays in a minute, but happy birthday today to the Southern Fried. Yes, it is our birthday as a podcast. We are officially 1 year old today. There were a few things that happened before this date. This is the first date we actually put up a video together live, or we went live, recorded a video on this day. So 1 year old today, tonight on Mama Said, celebration of the birthday, among other things. We will. Good morning to you, Michael. Love the comment. Yes, corn-fed, cornbread people. That's right. And I am AKA the cornbread man. Yes, good morning. And I hope that some of you are off work today. Some may have to work. That's what happens. Some of you have to work. So it'll be a little slower this morning as people are sleeping in. They're not having to get up and go to work. So the first part of the show, we're probably a little slower as far as visits. That's okay. Enjoy your time. Catch up with us afterwards. I love the after comments. It's like the after the show. Sometimes I'll be at work. It'll be 2, 3, 4 hours later. Comments are coming in from the morning show or some show. A lot of times it's the morning show. Sorry I missed you guys. I was sleeping in or whatever. And they're making comments off things that happened in the show. So, they're watching. So they catch us on, and I do that. Sometimes I miss a show, and I catch them when I can. I watched Steve's show. I think I've still got a few minutes left of his maybe it's not the last live. It's the Friday night live. I went back, Steve at the Half Pine Forge, and went back and was watching that over the weekend. And Saturday, I spent a good time. About a 2 hour, 2:27, I think it was. I think I'm about at 2 or close to it in. So I do that. Can't always watch or at the same time as other people. It's not possible. But yeah, it's a good Monday though. It's good to be here. Y'all pray for a safe return back to Georgia for Rob. He don't have to go that far, just a couple of hours to get back from where he's at to where he lives. He should be live tonight as long as he feels good. But we'll be here for the Mama Said. I want to say I appreciate Killer Car was supposed to be on with Regina from the dialogue box. I'm not sure what happened. We kind of had some miscommunication or something. I'm not sure. We were all going to be on together, a couple other folks, but it ended up being me, Killer Carl, and Tim, who was well-spoken. I like him. He's a regular on Killer Carl's show. We had a Sunday afternoon discussion for about an hour. It got cut short. Somebody needed Carl's help, but we got a good hour in. And we did some programming yesterday as well. Again, a shout out to the good Lord above for the return of my wife. She did make it yesterday morning to church. Last night, didn't get to go back. She's just a little wore out, but is getting stronger. And it was good to have her in church on Sunday. I hope you had a good day in church on Sunday. Hey, birthdays today. Interesting. We've got some interesting birthdays today. Stevie Nicks today is 77 years old. Her middle name is Lynn, by the way. That's my wife's middle name. 77 years old today. These people are making me feel old. I grew up with, Actress Pam Grier is 76. 70s is a theme today, by the way, for some of these entertainers. Hank Williams Jr. today. It's his birthday. Yes, he is 76. Wow. The actor Bobcat Goldthwait, 63 though, not quite as old. Amazing guy. Lenny Kravitz, 61 today. Actress Helena Bonham Carter, 59. And Lauryn Hill, singer Lauryn Hill, turns 50. And yes, one of my favorite. He's on the wall behind me, right there. John Wayne, his birthday today. The musician Miles Davis as well. Among some of those birthdays that we have today. Happy birthday to them. Some of them living, some of them not. But we say happy birthday to you. We appreciate you very much for giving us the entertainment that you have over the years. So it's very nice. On this day in history, this is the day the British began to evacuate their troops from Dunkirk, France. Also, the Un-American Activities Committee was created, very controversial for some. Martin Luther declared a heretic by the Edict of Worms. A heretic, very common accusation back in the day. You heretic. Let's see what else. The Ford Motor Company ended production of the famed Model T today. Wow. Let's see here. Like I wanted to cover one more. You know what? Those gothic stories, Dracula. Yes, it was published on this date. And what else? There was an attempted impeachment of U.S. President Andrew Johnson. He was a real piece of work, by the way. He was acquitted in that. He was not a nice dude. He was a Southerner at one point, or maybe always, Tennessee. He was not I didn't care for his administration. Of course, it was a hard time in the nation, and he did some things that were, let's just say, he was out for blood after the war, and others held him at check. He had a bloodthirst. President Trump in the news a lot over the weekend, going into the Monday shows, says he'll delay a threatened 50% tariff on the European Union until July. That was kind of bouncing around yesterday. He said he had good weekend talks with Iran. I don't know. We'll see. Talks. I don't know. I'm not. Can you believe what they say? The president said there were good talks. We shall see. The big, beautiful bill being bounced around over the weekend. House GOP is saying don't weaken the Trump agenda. The Senate aims to, quote, polish the bill up. This is the things that you go through. But need to get moving forward, though. He also made an address to the West Point. Made some comments there. We'll circle back to that one a little bit in a minute as he made comments there. In those comments, though, he did say that Russia stole hypersonic rockets, the idea for that from us. Over the weekend, Russia hits Ukraine with the biggest barrage yet in the war, 367 total incomings, most of those drones and some rockets, hitting 30 cities around the country. Doesn't seem like Russia wants peace. He took over 3 more villages. I think this is, I've said it before, this is going to be the hard sell for President Trump. He just doesn't have anybody to work with. It just seems to be amping up. This is his words, President Trump over the weekend to Russia, questioning these attacks and said, what the hell? He didn't have that big a problem the first term, but this term is going to be decided, his foreign diplomacy in 2 fronts. And that will be Gaza, and that will be the Russia-Ukraine war. Left in his lap, yes. But these are going to be defining moments on the foreign field for the president. It's very difficult to navigate these attitudes, the hatreds, the bitterness. Of course, how he deals with Iran will be another one. That will be another one. The Houthis over the weekend, according to the Israeli Defense Forces, fired a singular rocket at Israel. I thought the Houthis waved the white flag. Did they not get hit enough? The Houthis are trying to make a world tour again? Seriously? Are we going to have to pound them into submission? I mean, we hit their rocket launching capabilities and I mean, the president said they waved the white flag. They said no more. We'll be good. If you believe that report, I don't know. I wasn't there. Some would say that's could be made up. I don't know. If there's evidence there that they did it, there needs to be a message sent. Don't do it again. It was intercepted. No damage. Was that just like your little Defiant? One rocket gets shot down. You can still act like you're being tough. I thought the Houthis were done with their world tour. The celebration of the Houthis. We shall see. Hopefully the bill gets moved forward. Some people don't like the bill, but there's some funny math going on too. If you looked over the weekend and you look at how people are describing the bill, of course they're laying the charges about more debt for the president, but there is different ways in which they are calculating that and things that they're taking out, things they're adding in. Be careful with what you hear. There are some fuzzy math that's being used on purpose to bash the president. Let's see this forward. But I've heard this. I've heard that they've been pumping that out there on the socials, really bashing the president. Yeah, he's making debt, but be careful how they're accounting for some of that. They are very notorious for doing that, changing the narrative and changing the story for what how they calculate those things. There's a lot of parts to it, so I will withhold comment on that thus far. And I've said that, in the short run, there may be more debt. If we can get there and bring down the debt, then I'm okay, as long as there is a plan. And it seems as though it has that possibility. So we will see. Going back to the weekend activities of Russia and Ukraine, the president said over the weekend on Sunday that he had deep unhappiness at Russia's weekend bombing of Ukraine, saying of the Russian president, "I'm not happy with Putin." Because they quote, "I don't know what's wrong with him. What the hell," this is his words, "happened to him, right? He's killing a lot of people. I'm not happy about that," Trump told reporters at the airport in Morristown. He said he prepared to return to Washington. This has become a very ugly. 30 cities were hit, 367 drones and missiles in total, as I said. The largest aerial attack of the war so far, killing at least 12 people, injuring dozens more. And so we shall see. I don't know, I don't know what conversations they've had. They had definitely had at some time said that they both wanted peace, being Zelensky and Putin. And there are, there's problems there. I think that Putin sees victory. He's going to get as much as he can. I mean, there's really nothing anybody's going to do to him because he is, he's sanctioned out. I mean, there's nothing that it's not even hurting him. The sanctions don't work. The threats don't work. Nobody wants military action against him. So there's no leverage point. And I think that the leverage point is that he feels like he could continue on and solidify his position even more. Now, on that side of it, let me say this. Russia could do more than they've done. Yes, it's not good that there's 367 drones, missiles in the country. It's horrible. And it's doing damage and it's killing innocent people because he's targeted civilian areas. But if he wanted to, this could have already been over with. So I'm not sure if he's just trying not to press that button for the world, for NATO or whatever, for fear of that, even though it's not a NATO country. He has not done the full-on U.S. Air Force, or the Russian Air Force flyover and dropping massive amounts of bombs on the country. He could do that. They own the skies there. He hasn't done that. So anyway, good morning, Jake, to you. Why am I in a suit? Well, I'm not in a suit, brother. I have a shirt and tie on and a jacket. I don't have the suit jacket on. I just have Is that a problem on this Monday morning? You would be surprised how often I wear a tie. So I just haven't always done it on the podcast. That is, I don't wear them to work. We usually don't. We don't at my job. We don't wear ties per se, unless we had. It'd have to be a really high official company. But yes, I was going to get to that. But you know, I wear a tie a lot. So anyway, dressed up for you Monday. Yes, Phil Robertson passed over the weekend, 79 years old, Duck Dynasty. A lot of people liked Phil. They liked the show. I didn't know that he was that age. I did not know that was his age. Honestly, I knew he had some age on him. I didn't know 79. I don't know. But yeah, pray for the family. That show will continue on and syndication and stuff. I mean, it's. I've watched it a few times. I was never one that I watched it all the time, but Jake says they're bringing back Duck Dynasty. I hope they don't screw this one up like they did with Shipping Wars and other shows. Well, you know, they've that's an interesting story there. They were a family, you know, that had a business before the show ever came along, but they are funny. You know, I just never was into that. Cy was my favorite one just because he was Mr. Cantankerous, and but I liked all of them, and they were funny to a point. Thank you, Jake. I never was, I guess because I'm not a hunter so much, really. I mean, I've fished before, not really into that. So I think that for me, that show was not too, you know, I didn't tune in as much. I think if I was probably more like that, I probably would have, to be honest with you. I think I probably would have. But I just think that, I mean, but there's no doubt it's legacy. There's no doubt that there is. I mean, I have lots of friends that love that show, and you know, they will be heartbroken today. So you know, pray for the family. The Coca-Cola 600. I watched it late into the night. I didn't do a news desk last night. I went to watch it. It went long. It went late, so I decided just to get up this morning. I knew Robert wasn't going to make it probably, so decided to not do that. It was a great race. Unfortunately, Byron, after all those laps led and the last 5 laps got passed, Chastain wins the Coke 600. He's in Florida, Jake. He won the Coke 600, and Larson did not have a good day. He did not even come close to winning the Indianapolis 500. He crashed in both races. Well, the NASCAR crash wasn't his fault, but he did crash, and bad day for Larson all the way around. But Byron continues his streak. He's never finished less than third. It was a tough loss for him because he dominated that race. Dominated. He led over most of the laps. But he kind of, Chastain just caught him at the right moment. Shout out to him. You know, good for him. Not taking anything away from him powering past. I think Byron made a mistake on one turn, and it cost him. If he could have held that one, I think he might have held him off. But Chastain just had a little bit more speed, just slightly, just enough. Byron made a couple of runs at him, but it just wasn't to be. It was a hard pill to swallow. A couple of massive wrecks as well. Some high finishes by some that haven't finished well. We'll cover that on the racing show Tuesday. So the Southern Fried Racing Hour will be Tuesday, and we will cover that. So yeah, it was a fun race. Braves lose yesterday. Braves lose. They will continue on. They got a big series coming up with Philly this week. With Philly, we'll cover all that in the sports show. The sports show will probably be I find out. Not exactly sure, because we did it Friday. That was a normal work day from one of my co-hosts. And who knows? Maybe we get that one in Tuesday as well. I don't know. We'll see. Got to determine that. But I know the racing hour will be Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week we will start our new show. It is a new show, but there's not a new hour being taken. We're going to take the second part of Hump Day Views. Excuse me, it won't be next week. It'll be a week from next Wednesday. 2 weeks from this Wednesday will be our new show, the Southern Fried Vent. It'll be Rumble only, a Rumble only exclusive. Rumble only. The second part of that would be premium only. So the first part of the show will be open. The second, it'll go premium during the show. It's the Southern Fried Rant, the Vent. And people like to vent. They like to get things off their chest, so to speak. And so we will see how that goes. I think people are kind of excited about it. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see here. Let's continue on with some news. I was a couple of other things I wanted to jump on for our first break, and maybe only break. Saudi Arabia is going to ease the alcohol ban they have for the 2034. That's a ways out. They don't want to lose some money, though. World Cup. The Saudis. Oh, goodness gracious. U.S. envoy praises the Syrian leader. Now, these are terrorists, but it seems as though he's trying to work out right relations. He's actually has said that he would try to help find some folks for us. So he's saying all the right things right now. And so we will see these steps that he has taken. They have given him praise. Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa, and regarding their relations with Israel and how they've conducted themselves. So they've not made any threats or anything like that. And so he gets praise. He's also said that he would help us. So, if let's say this, Syria has been a mess for a long time. And hopefully, if nothing else, the people there can get peace. It's been splintered up for so long. And there's been multiple countries fighting inside of that country for a long time. And they've been led by dictators and butchers for a long time. The Assad family is nothing but murderous, treacherous killers. They're horrible. They gas their own people. They deserve everything they get. But it would be nice to see Syria somewhat. Now, the future for Syria is probably not good, to be honest with you. Biblically speaking, it's not good. We know what happens to Damascus in the future. But for right now, maybe so. Yeah, Jake, I get it. Love watching Duck Dynasty because it shows real family values. And I get that. Yeah, I don't have a problem. That's why I watch some of it. It's funny. And, they did promote those things. That's what's great about America, right? You can see a reality show gain traction like that, and people really get into it, and it leaves a lasting legacy. And of course, they used it as a ministry opportunity, or certainly he did. Phil did. But there was a lot of people that liked that show for different reasons. And I think, as many women liked it as men. So it hit several points. There were several points about it that they found traction with the American viewing public, and probably others out there that really did like that. I did see that. Let's see, Daniel, my brother. Yes, glad she's home. God bless. Love you. I will be attending the first ever Major League Baseball game in the state of Tennessee and first ever game at Bristol Motor Speedway. Yeah, we've been talking about that. And I'm wondering how that will go. So our good co-host for the Southern Fried Racing Hour, Dean, brought that up during our sports show. That comes up. When is that? I don't remember exactly when that is, but I saw your video from the game. That's cool. That's something to say you did right there. Check off the box to say you did. But yeah, interested to see how that will, how that works out. A game there at Bristol. It holds a lot of people. The race yesterday was, I think, the fourth consecutive sellout. I did not know the capacity. I did look that up last night. There's 79,000 in the stands and about another 16 that can get in the infield. August 2nd, that is. So we'll mark that down and kind of highlight around that. You'll have to get us some pictures and video from it from the inside. Send them to the Southern Fried. We'll get those up. That would be cool. See if you can get some good shots while you're enjoying yourself there at the first ever. Yeah, that's the story. That's cool. That's something to put down in a scrapbook. Say, here's the first ever and the first ever. So I like that. Good hot day, though. I would say August. Woo! And he also says that country music singer Tim McGraw will also be in concert pregame. So big time to be had there by the Cordell family. I don't know who all's going, but certainly he's going. I'm sure he'll be taking at least one. Yes, I would love to have that. Thank you. It would be great to have. What night is that on? Like, what day of the week is that on? Is it a weekend? Is that a weekend? Like a Saturday, Sunday, Friday? I don't have a calendar right in front of me. I can look it up. But if you know, just pop it up there. I would like to know. We may be live that evening. We have most nights we're live. There's only two nights for sure that we're not live. But one of those sometimes we are. There's only Saturday night's the only night that we do not typically ever go live because I work till midnight. So we're going to change that in the future, but for right now, I'll still have to do that. It is a Saturday. But we'll get those things up if you send them to us. But it is on a Saturday. I kind of figured it was, as I was thinking, that sounds like a Saturday. Oh, bummer. I've got to get, hopefully we can get that swung around. Because like I said, most nights we are live, but it's good to have a night off. I just don't want it to be Saturday. I know people say Saturday, I want that for me, but I would honestly like to be, I'd like to be on Saturday. Well, actually what I like to do is join in with some others and collaborate on Saturday. Might leave the podcast open. I've done that. But it's actually in the future, what I want to have is a music show on Saturday. That's a show that's never been released. We want to have some singer-songwriters. The Southern Fried Soundstage that's been out there for months. That is supposed to take that time slot. It might be a recorded show, might not be live, but I'm hoping to put together some music with some people from different genres. Guitar, piano, things like that. Their own compositions, no copyright, that they're willing to sing and share and do us about a 30-minute show or up to an hour. We record it and air that on Saturday nights. That's still on the planning stages. That's on the design table. We haven't got to the stage yet. So there is that. Robert wants to do his Hootenanny show. That was supposed to be live. That's karaoke. So we could book in those two shows together on Saturday. So, yeah, I will. I just, Michael, just have not been available to get. I've been so busy, man, with everything. And, but probably next week I've got to go by. Actually, maybe this week. I've got a class tomorrow. I'll be in Dalton tomorrow. And I could probably do that tomorrow afternoon because I'm going to be getting out early enough that the work day is pretty much done. But I'll be coming in Tuesday afternoon, and I could probably do that tomorrow, actually. So we'll see about that. I'll bring you some of this coffee. You can try it out. We're trying, and I haven't gotten any to Robert. I need to go to the post office today. Well, in the future, she's been using her walker and doing well. She now says and believes, and I didn't never catch her saying this until yesterday, but she told people at the church that she believes that her sugar dropped out, and that's why she went down. I did not know that. Apparently, I wish she had just sat down at the table. I didn't know that I don't know how or why she believes that. But that's her, and she's watching. I didn't know she gave a like to the show. Miss Lynn's in the house. I didn't even know that. So she believed that the sugar dropped out. So interesting. But we'll try to stop by there and get that because it's something we want to get to. I mean, the hope is to get her off of the walker at some point. She can get strong enough, keep that blood sugar up. But yeah, well, we're doing the full escort right now. We're making sure she's got a proper escort. She's got her posse. The posse is in tow, making sure. But she's gonna get out, burning up the roads. She's just not doing the driving. Oh, I need my other boy to get here and help out. Granddaughter's helping. Kaylee's been away. She's off with mom. She checked in the other morning by way of YouTube. It's the weirdest thing to have grandchildren checking into your show. I don't know. It's strange to me. Feels weird. I don't know. That's very different, odd. Let's run. I'm gonna refill my coffee cup. Be right back. Let's run a quick ad. Mammoth Nation, by the way, they're running another one of those specials. I'm gonna try to get a card up for this. 50% off the lifetime membership. 50% off. This, I'm telling you. You say, how much is that? It's $125. Don't choke. If you figure up what you would pay by the month, if you're young enough and you're gonna figure you're gonna live a long time and you want to get those savings, that is a steal. That's what I got in on. They run that about once a year, the way I figure. That is a magnificent deal. I promise you, the savings you get through their online vendors, because you get extra savings instead of going directly through them. You go through Mammoth, you get savings. I saw that though. We'll try to get a card up for that this week. Mammoth Nation, I love them. And of course, our good friends at Patriot Mobile, use that promo code Cornbread. Make the switch today. It's a great American company, American values, America first, baby. And their prices are very good. And what a great bunch of people. But use that promo code Cornbread. You're going to help the Southern Fried as well. We'll be right back. Hey, Southern Fried fans and your Cornbread Nation. Well, yeah, that's right. We're going to advertise for Mammoth Nation. To all proud Americans, we call attention to these thoughts. Are you tired of woke corporations that don't align with your values? I know we are. Look no further than Mammoth Nation, the ultimate destination for patriots like you and me, and Rob and everybody else, including old crazy Uncle Jeb, who believe in putting America first. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we're proud to partner with Mammoth Nation because they share our unwavering commitment to faith, family, and yes, freedom. Just like us, Mammoth Nation believes in the power of the American spirit and the importance of preserving our great nation's heritage. When you join Mammoth Nation, you're not just getting access to amazing discounts on products and services. You're becoming a part of a community that stands against the forces trying to tear our country apart. From supporting veterans and first responders to promoting Christian values, Mammoth Nation is the go-to platform for conservatives who want to make their voices heard. So what are you waiting for? Join the Mammoth Nation movement today and start enjoying exclusive deals from businesses that share your America First values. Together, we can make America great again, one purchase at a time. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support a company that truly cares about our nation's future. Sign up for Mammoth Nation now and experience the difference of a community that puts America first. Use that QR code on the screen, folks, and that will take you right to the website where we also will be helped in your support of these values. We are customers of this great American company. Rob is a monthly supporter, and I am a lifetime member of Mammoth Nation. We're so appreciative of companies like this. Please be a supporter, not just for us, but for America. These companies need our support. We're patriots. Stand together with patriots. Take care and God bless.
Yes, Robin, Dave, y'all.
Southern Fried Podcast fans, this is Dave in the AM. I want to tell you about our store. We've been promoting it a little bit. We wanted to promote it a little bit more and let you know we've been adding some designs to it. And we're continuing to do that. Right now, there's a summer sale going on. You're going to see here in just a second what kind of discounts you can get. They're pretty amazing. Our old store became cumbersome and it was not easily updated. And we have since went to a new store, and the old one is still there. And if you decide to shop there, that's fine. But this is our new store, and it is so easy for us to manage. And we want to thank the folks at Threadless for that. So on the screen right now, you see some shirts of some of the different designs. One of our newest one is the Georgia outline, the red one. We really like that. You see some of our classic designs. You see some here that you may not have seen before. And again, we're designing and adding to just about every week. You see hats. There is just about anything in there, and we're trying to add more products all the time, as well as those new designs. So go shop at the Southern Fried Podcast Store, and you'll be able to get some of these things too. Here's the QR code for that. You can see at the top of the page, 40% off right now. These are amazing prices going on. The store is very affordable. Me and Rob wanted as best the prices as we could get. And this is the place that we found to be able to do it. And there's the address. You can copy that out or use the QR code. We thank you for your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and watching the shows and supporting us and letting us know how much you enjoy it. You mean a lot to us. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you soon. And we're back. Thank you for waiting through the commercials. We try to limit that, but we do have commercials that we need to run, so we appreciate it. Good morning, Brother Barrett. How are you, brother? He says, good morning, brother. It's good to see your wife able to get out with you yesterday. I'm still here. Emery, we're praying for you. You were placed before our church. Your wife has been given updates, which I'm sure you're knowledgeable of. And we are glad to see that you're getting better. Hate that you're at the hospital, but hopefully on the mend. I think she said possibly going home the 30th. I hope that works out for you. Appreciate you checking in. Yes, it was good to have her in the house at church. She enjoyed that very much. People were glad to see her. It actually sent us, we've been so busy. They asked us if we've seen the card they sent. It was still in the mailbox. We hadn't checked the mail in a couple of days. Been a lot of stuff going on. And usually, baby girl, being Kaylee, she usually checks the mail for us now. And she just, she wasn't there. So she gets home first, usually. Well, since Lynn was in facilities, she got home first from school and checked the mail. And I just hadn't had time to do it. But I hope you're well, brother. God bless you. Thank you for the Sunday morning from the hospital bed, sent out the pastor encouragement. I love you. You're awesome, man. I hope that you found a way to have church in some way, even from the hospital bed. I'm sure you did, because Brother Jerry's going to have church wherever he's at. Amen. Might not have been the way he wanted it, but he's going to have church. So I have no doubt about that. A lot of people are off today, like I said. Not as many people in the stream. A few slowly coming in as they're dragging out of the bed this morning. There still are some people that have to work. So if you have to work, a shout out to you for continuing and working today. If you're off, visit a cemetery today and honor those troops. Absolutely. Honor those troops and let them, lay some flowers. It might be it doesn't matter, though, if it's your family or not. Go find an old soldier's grave and honor that soldier. Freedom is precious. There's a high cost to freedom, a high cost of freedom. And so we appreciate our soldiers and their memory and those Gold Star families, as they say. It never gets easier, but it's nice to know that there's still people taking time to remember. Judges on the loose again. The judges temporarily halted President Trump's move to cancel the Harvard student visa policy after a lawsuit. Harvard says the policy will affect more than 7,000 visa holders. So it's a temporary. They filed this. The judge granted it. Judge Allison Burroughs, a 2014, Obama appointee, set a hearing for 9:30 tomorrow in Boston Federal Court. So it is temporary till they can have a hearing about it. Harvard said it's a blatant violation of the First Amendment, the Due Process Clause, and the Administrative Procedure Act. per its court filing. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has moved to terminate the program after Harvard allegedly failed to provide it with the extensive behavioral records of student visa holders the department requested. DHS offered Harvard 72 hours on Thursday to come into compliance with the request and re-enter into the visa program. As of now, Harvard may no longer enroll foreign students in the 2025-26 school year, and existing foreign students must transfer or lose their legal status to reside in the U.S. before the next academic year begins. University president, this is from Fox this morning, Alan Garber, said a motion for a temporary restraining order to put the policy on pause while their court case plays out has been filed. It is the latest act by the government in clear retaliation for Harvard exercising its First Amendment rights to reject the government's demands to control Harvard's governance, curriculum, and the ideology of its faculty and students. Well, Bob, if you'd get it together, we wouldn't have no problems. The records requested include any footage of protest activity, which, by the way, I'm for all this. We want these rabble rousers to be dealt with. Well, I mean, this is not normal operated procedure. These are people that have done bad things, and they're trying to stop that. So they want any footage or documentations of illegal, dangerous, or violent activity by student visa holders, any records of threats or the deprivation of rights or of other students or university personnel. Well, it sounds like a nice request. Let's deal with it. I mean, let's get these people out of here. I mean, can you imagine if you went on a student visa to a foreign country and you're on the university, go to Oxford. Try that at Oxford in England. Try that. Protest, destruction of property, threatening people. Let's see how quick your butt would be back in the U.S. Brother Barrett says, why don't we just quit giving federal money to Harvard? I agree. If they want these people there, they should support them. Yeah. And we don't come rescue you. You know what? You're on your own. You want to have them can take over whole buildings, departments at your university? I mean, what's going to be next? It's going to be buildings on fire? I mean, these people have no standing to commit crime. That's ridiculous. That's not governance. That's called breaking the law. And they're not. They're here on a visa. There are rules to that stuff. I mean, if these people are committing crimes, visas can be granted. Visas can be taken away. I mean, you just don't have a right to do that. That's why they're here. Newsflash: they're not here to get an education. They're here to impact those who are trying to be educated. I have no sympathy for Harvard at all in this. And you can take your pompous self and your governance of your college, and you can just go do what you can do with it. Because you know what? It's happening at all these major universities. These are supposed to be higher places of education, of thought, of learning, the exchange of ideas, the free exchange of ideas. You're supposed to be a protected place where everyone has a voice. That's not the way it's working. And since when do we allow people come into our country on visas or work visas, whatever they are, student, same thing with work visas. We got to have them pick the plants, the crops, the products. Well, could you imagine them staging protests in the fields in South Georgia, Texas, Southern California, wherever? How quick do you think those growers down there would put up with that mess? Let's say, get them out of here. There's no help to me. Why do these people cater to this crap? Well, I think we know the answer. The leadership is sick at these places. This ideology that they have, this has been, growing over time. This has been growing in the university systems. They've been producing this type of person for decades, and we're seeing the fruits of their labor. That they would protect someone here on a student visa and the activities they're doing against us trying to deal with it in a way that stops it. And you're right, Jerry. Why would we give them another dime? If you're going to allow people to break the law, to threaten other students, and by the way, it's not just to taking over a building and singing "Kumbaya" and "We shall overcome." They're not singing that. I mean, they're singing some real, attacking songs, and they're threatening people. I mean, people that are that represent other groups are threatened. It doesn't matter whether you like them or not. This is the United States of America. This is not the way we operate. They're going to lose this case, I would hope. This is a temporary, but I just cannot see how in any way that is a request that is out of bounds. I just don't. If they're committing that kind of problem, because we do have skin in the game on a federal level. I mean, that is a federal visa, right? I mean, it's not a Harvard visa. It's a federal visa. Do we not have a right to question these activities of these people? Unbelievable. Yeah, I know, Michael. I know. And there's an article, and I want to Killer Carl, if you're on Rumble. If you're not, why not? Get on Rumble. At least have that as part of your repertoire. He aired a program yesterday. We were going to get into this last night in the second part of the show and just didn't get there. But he aired a show yesterday that I want to go back and watch. And he talks about a place in New Jersey which is trying to declare itself a place where Sharia law should be allowed. And they're basically trying to, all intents and purposes, make a Palestinian state within the United States. Come on. But this kind of crap is going on around the country. It's been in Detroit for some time, up above Detroit. These type of elements are getting worse in the country, and those voices are getting louder. And we're going to see more chaos and mayhem and broken laws and injured people, and possibly worse. And we saw what happened to those two. This is the United States. I don't care who you align with. I don't care what your ideology is. I could care less. This is the United States of America. If you are a person that commits crimes, you're a citizen, you're to be locked away. If you are here on a visit, you're here on a visa, you're whatever, you kick your butt out. We will not allow. You have to defend the Constitution of the United States of America. And President Trump needs to step in very hard on this one. This would be the hard lean in. This would be the lean in where you really get tough. This guy needs to be told what for. I'll have more about that. I don't want to take from. I just said go watch Carl's program. It was yesterday. You won't miss it. It's not the one that was with me. It's the one he aired early in the day yesterday. Killer Carl's program, Rumble. Go watch that. I'll be watching it as well. Give him a follow. And while you're there, order you some 55coffee.com. We don't have ours yet. Use that promo code Carl15. It's great coffee. I got some of the studio right behind me. And I love it. So yeah, I'm unbelievable. We were going to get into that yesterday, and circumstances stopped us from being able to do that. So we weren't able to get there. But I would say in the near future, you'll probably see me and Rob touch on this in some programming, because we definitely cover those kinds of things. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Also, go back and watch our Friday Night Front Porch, the Rowdy Roasters. Those were fun guys. Well, we had the one guy, the other guy couldn't make it. But those are fun guys. We enjoyed talking with them. I don't know that we have a interview line for this week. There's a possibility. We have another one or two out there that we're trying to get in. But maybe not this Friday. But soon we have a couple more interviews that will be occurring. Rob has been working on that. For those that don't know, might have missed it earlier, Rob is in Florida, the home of his people. He's not here to defend himself. He's swimming with the fishes, but not in that kind of way. He's down there swimming with the little fishes, playing on the jetties. He's probably got some camera footage. And tonight he should be back. They'll be coming out sometime mid-morning, early afternoon, making the 2-hour drive back. Hope he's here today. It's our birthday for the podcast. 1 year. 1 year today. If you missed that earlier, it is happy birthday. Yay. We will try to have a birthday celebration tonight. We'll make up a special Mama Said card celebrating the birthday of the Southern Fried. Wow, who knew a year ago we'd still be here? We did. We're not going anywhere. We continue to reinvent ourselves, to grow in different ways. We've had other people come on board who are bringing a lot to the table. I appreciate them very much. The development of our racing show, getting our sports show really aligned up, that's something I've done in the past, but it's just I need a little bit of help with that, and find a set place schedule for that. And it just helped me to get that sort of solidified, because I kind of bounced it around. I did them spot. I try to do them regular. It wasn't always regular. We now have that in the regular programming for the racing hour and the sports show. Going into year 2, I could not be more pleased. If you're not a sports fan, that's fine. Don't have to watch it, but we like sports here. Again, we have our shows that are, we got the new show, The Vent, coming up here in a couple of weeks. And so excited, a little over 2 weeks. We're excited about that. Some exclusive programming that's going to be occurring. And it won't impact some of you, but there'll be some programming that you just don't even know about unless you're on that platform. But we're going to try to have some pop-up shows of some programming on some of our other streams, like the audio side, Podbean. But that's probably going to happen this week, starting there. And we are on Podbean this morning. There's actually, I don't know if there's anybody in there right now. I don't think so, but we are airing out on Podbean right now. But we'll probably have Podbean only. So it wouldn't, for those of you who watch the video version, wouldn't impact. But some people, it's a huge platform. We talk to people from all around the world. We've got friends in many foreign countries who give us kind of the lay of the land of what they're doing in their lot, what they're seeing, what they're hearing. We just connected up with someone in Uganda yesterday, a dear brother in Christ. And I told him to come back, and we're going to have him up on a Sunday, and we'll share the word together. So I like that. That'll be a Podbean only show, though, when we do that. So if you don't have Podbean, download it. Who knows? You might become a podcaster later, getting your thoughts out there. That's cool, too. It's so easy nowadays to do that. That's why there are so many of them. But a lot of them don't hang around. Well, you got to be faithful to it. You got to stay with it, as we say, and do the work. There is a lot that has to be done. You got to go when you don't feel good. You got to get your stuff done behind the scenes, the not fun stuff sometimes, the actual work of a podcast. It's a lot that happens before you hit go live. There's a lot that happens. And sometimes that's the greatest challenge, is get all those things done that we want to do. In fact, this morning, I've got a little bit of audio work to do, loading up some of our shows on the audio side of things, the MP3s. So that's something that's a little lagging sometimes. That's where I'm trying to get more up to date on that. Those are things that I do. We all have a job. That's mine in getting that done. But it allows us to be out there in so many platforms. And we love that. Now, Podbean does a lot of that for us. If we're live into Podbean, I don't have to do as much. I just have to get it to Podbean when I'm not going live into Podbean. And it shoots that out for me. So that's a blessing. But when we're not live into Podbean, I have to load the show there. And we have to load one audio site separately. It doesn't tie in. I'm going to try to do that in the future. I haven't been able to get that yet. Hopefully be able to tie in with that. That's a big market. One that we're just scratching the surface of a little bit. We do have some listeners out there on the MP3 side, the audio side. Folks, there's a lot of things that we're looking forward to in the future. Further development of our website. The campaigns, the marketing campaigns will be ongoing in the future. Probably have our own app at some point in the future. We have enough programming to to take care of an app for sure. We just got to get there. So it takes a little bit more growing as a entity, but we'll do it. There's a couple other things. We're waiting on some others it's not materialized yet, but I think in the future you'll see some other things. And in year two, you're going to see some other things. We're not at liberty to talk about it just yet. And so we're looking forward to announcing those things hopefully soon. So, but thank you for being a supporter. You know what? If you've watched it all this year, if you've in some way supported us, you're a part of that. That support that has made us, that celebrates today, a birthday. We had no idea what we were doing. We just had an idea and we started it. And we've hit bumps and potholes and everything else, but everybody does. And you just keep pressing forward. And yes, you'll be a breadhead. If you're a supporter of Cornbread Nation, you're a breadhead. And there's going to be some marketing off of that too. That year two, breadheads and Cornbread Nation will definitely take an uptick. We're already doing more with that. And our official name is Southern Fried Cornbread Nation. So Cornbread Nation is just as much a Southern Fried as Southern Fried is. So that's marketing that will occur in year two. We're already doing the Cornbread Nation show on Thursday nights. Those are fun shows and a little bit different shows. But there's still things being developed. The puppets, the third edition of the Jub and Bubba show, hopefully this week, with everything that's went on health-wise, just wasn't able to get that in last week. But it looks like about every other week we'll try to do the Jub and Bubba. Maybe in the future, I hope to take that to weekly. It's just things of right now. It's that is a production of Dave. And when Dave is impacted the way he's been impacted the last couple of weeks, it's been really hard to keep everything going. And I just haven't had the time to work with the fellers, Uncle Jeb. And there'll be a growth on the Jeb and Bubba show too. There's other characters coming. That's probably a Jeb and Bubba show probably has the biggest design going on right now to add to of anything that we've got going outside of maybe one thing. But that has probably got more creativity that's really being thought about and sort of sketched out for the future than anything. There's other characters being developed into that storyline. Some will be weekly with them. Some will be characters that come in from time to time. So that will be developed as we go forward. So we have a huge following of people that love the puppets, especially in places in Asia. Good morning there to you, Johnny. Thank you for being in the show this morning. Hello to you. Thank you for coming in on this morning on Podbean. We're not just Podbean only this morning. If you'll hang around to the end, I'd be glad to speak with you. If you got time to hang on, because nobody would hear you but me. So we have other sites that we're in this morning. So if you can hear me, just give me a few minutes. We'll be going off the air shortly. If you can't, pop back in a few minutes. We'll be off the air. We normally go down at 7. I'm extending just a few minutes. Y'all pray for Rob as he comes back from Florida. Mama said tonight with Miss Elizabeth, who is basically free from her teaching duties now, retired. She's moving back to the farm, as they say. And we look forward to catching up with her today. And we'll have some Memorial Day reminiscences tonight, I'm sure, along with everything. Maybe a special video pop-up recorded, maybe not live, not sure yet. But there could be some things today that hopefully will happen along with that as we talk about Memorial Day. A big shout out to those Gold Star families. We so appreciate the blessing of them. I mean, their sons and daughters have put it on the line for as we remember the troops and their sacrifice for giving the ultimate cost, the ultimate to lay down one's life for their brother or their nation. And some of those soldiers have never been found. And I know around the world, some people view us in different ways. And I get some snarky comments sometimes on out there from some. And I get that. You know what? I say you honor your own troops in your country. because we do go international. I'm not expecting you around the world to honor United States troops, but this is something we do, and we honor those troops. So I get that. You have veterans too, work within your nation. Those are human beings, and honor them. If you don't have a Memorial Day, you should have, and honor those troops that have died in the defense of your nation, and go lay flowers at their grave if you know where that's at. Reach out to those families that are surviving that missed their loved one. Think of the carnage that has happened in some of the wars that are going on right now, and think of those families who have lost thousands. There's thousands of soldiers dead on both sides of the Russian-Ukraine war. There are even more thousands that are injured, and those families struggle today with that. And they got to be asking for what? For what? Why did this have to happen? And those are human beings. So I say, in your country, wherever you're from, if you haven't had any die in war, praise God. But you may have had some die in training exercises, just regular operations. Helicopters go down, accidents happen. The first official death outside of CIA, I think, in the first Gulf War was a forklift operator unloading supplies off of military aircraft at the base there, getting ready as they were amping up, and I think flipped it over. That was the first death. But that's a cost. That's a casualty of war. So that we wouldn't have been there if not for that. So he had to be there during that time. So I'll never forget that. The first person, I think there might have been a CIA person who was from Alabama who was slain first, but he was in the field already. But then the next official, as they were amping up and sending all of the equipment, the men, all those things, was a forklift driver. Don't remember his name. I need to look that up. Anyway, have a great day, folks. Hold on to Podbean there. Hold on just a second. We'll give you a holler. But shout out to everybody. We'll be back tonight. I don't know if there'll be a pop-up show this afternoon. I got a lot to get done today, so I kind of doubt it. But we will maybe have the MAGA report tonight. Oh, got so far behind on that last week. MAGA report, yes. They may actually come in early before Mama said. That may, because it's on the nights that we record. Sometimes those shows extend even off camera for some time, and it really puts a crimp on that. And I would rather have a set time for that. So we're going to try our best to sort of do that where it's a little earlier in the night. So look for that to happen. That'll probably happen first, and Mama said. And if I want to do something late, I can do that. But we appreciate you. God bless you. Love you all. Appreciate everybody checking in. And we will see you this afternoon, late afternoon, into the evening. And enjoy yourself today. If you're off today, spend time with family. Yes, a lot of grilling going on today in America. We'll do a little hot dogs and stuff ourselves here in a little bit. And spend time. I'm so glad to have my wife home. And most of the kids, grandkids, some of them are away from us. We won't see them. But spend time with your family today. If you got to work, do that when you get off. But have that family time today. After all, we just never know when's the last time, right? Shout out to you today, Jerry. Sorry, buddy, you got to do that from the hospital bed. But you know what? We're thinking about you, man. You're a blessing to our podcast. You're a blessing to me personally as a pastor, and even more so as a friend. And Michael and all the rest of you that are in here. If I start naming names, I'll miss somebody and I'll forget them. So just trying to get a couple in there. But you know who you are. And if I don't know you, you're just watching, God bless you too. You're a friend of the program. You gave us some of your precious time this morning. And we appreciate that. It means a lot to Rob and me, and to James and Dean and the people who support us. We thank you for that. And we get so many comments, people that just appreciate us for being there. So they say, thanks for being there. I don't even know how to put that in words. As we sit on this 1 year celebration of the podcast, we have much more support than we ever have haters. And haters don't stay around very long. We just send them into the outer darkness, so to speak. We ban them. I don't need to hear that. There's too many people. You don't got to tune into us. Go find somebody else to pick on. If you don't like us, go find somebody else. We're not for everybody. But we got a lot of people that love us, and I appreciate that. We'll see you tonight. We'll go out with some music, maybe put some of the cards up, But we appreciate you. God bless. Salute. We'll see you tonight.